Hello YouTubers and welcome to Novus Talks with me, your host Novus Gorvius. And the day has finally come. Super Mario 3D All-Stars is here. And we're going to talk a little bit about it because obviously it's here, people are playing the game, and others have to wait a bit longer about it. So for those who haven't played it yet, or haven't had the chance to play it yet rather, I'm going to talk a bit about it here and just my thoughts on it so far. So I pre-ordered Mario 3D All-Stars pretty much when it was announced because I had to get the physical copy. Simply because I needed Mario Galaxy in my life, and what better way to have it on the Switch than to have the physical version. So I was guaranteed my physical copy of the game. But coming up to the release, obviously there was a lot of controversies around the different games, the fact that they're emulations and not ports, all this sort of thing that was going on. But I was reading the reviews over the last few days, watching YouTube videos, and they got mostly good reviews. A lot of people were saying the same kind of things, that the games are good, the only issues are that they're not remasters basically, and that they're bare bones. But other than that, the games themselves are good. It seems that Nintendo just wanted to bring these games exactly as they are to the Switch, so that people who never played the originals have a chance to play them exactly as they are. And that's literally exactly what 3D All-Stars is. It is the original 3 games, even though it should be 4 games by right. It's the original 3 games ported exactly as they are, with a few differences in controls, and especially for Sunshine. But to get right into it, so far Mario Galaxy is the only one I've played, I was most excited for. And after that I'm going to jump into Sunshine and then finally 64, since I played 64 on the DS and I haven't played Sunshine at all, so I'm going to jump to Sunshine immediately after. I could play them all at once, but I want to take my time and do it one game at a time and not get jumbled up, because that's how I approach games in general. So I haven't seen what Sunshine and 64 are like yet, but in regards to Mario Galaxy, you know, I was worried going into it. I was like, okay, the game looks good, the visuals look really good, but is it going to control as well? Like, we don't have the Wii Remote anymore, but we do have the Joy-Cons, and we have touchscreen in place of the Joy-Cons if you're playing handheld mode. And people were saying that the touchscreen was troublesome because you had to stop to collect star bits and things like this. So I went in with a bit of uncertainty when I was about to play the game. So I was blown away immediately when I booted up the title of the game, because even the title itself, on handheld, was fucking gorgeous. It felt way bigger than it ever was before, even on like a full TV screen for the Wii. It felt so much bigger already from just a title screen on the Switch. And I noticed details already in the title screen that I never noticed on the Wii version. So I noticed that. I went into the game anyway, and the opening cutscene, all of that, I just need to say it was phenomenal. The visuals are so much more clearer, they're so much brighter, more colourful now, and even more detailed than they ever were before. You could see the detail on Bowser's skin, the little different cracks and things like this. It was insane. I've played about 2.5, 3 hours of it so far, and I'm really impressed by it. This has matched my expectations very. It is very faithful to the original Super Mario Galaxy, and considering they don't have a Wii Remote, they did exceptionally well with what they had to work with, because I didn't find so far the touchscreen that cumbersome. I'm able to move around with the left joystick and move my finger around to collect star bits, and it's not ideal, but it's manageable. I'm probably going to play TV mode afterwards to see what it's like with the Joy-Con, because I hear that kind of gets a bit finicky at times. But overall, so far, with the controls and with the visuals, this game it's utterly fantastic. I have to say, I have no complaints about it so far. Everything is really, really well done. Even the audio has been improved quite a bit. Like, the audio was already amazing in this game, but it feels more surround sound, kind of almost. I don't really know how to describe it because I know nothing about sound design or anything like that, but there is a difference, and it's a better difference. It's an improvement. The only issue I've run into so far is with the touchscreen. Sometimes instead of collecting star bits, it actually ends up throwing away some of my star bits. So, that's a minor issue, but it is so far the only one I've run into, so it is worth bringing it up. But I'm sure that isn't something that I'd run into if I'm playing it on TV mode. But other than that, yeah, everything else, it's running exceptionally well. I'm really delighted with this. It's a trip down memory lane. Like, the nostalgia is strong with me while I'm playing this because it feels like I'm jumping back into my childhood again. And that's, at the end of the day, that's all I wanted. Regardless if this game was going to be a remaster or a port, I just wanted a really good game that was going to remind me of what it was like to play this game as a child. And Nintendo have delivered on that. And yeah, I have no reason to believe why 64 and Sunshine would be any different. The only complaints I've seen so far that people are complaining with Sunshine's controls, them being inverted, because for some reason on the GameCube, up was down and down was up for Sunshine. And you had different buttons for shooting water out of flood and the water pressure, whereas in the Switch, I think it's the water pressure and just spraying the water normally are the same thing now. Something along those lines. It's not a big deal. People have been saying that if you've never played this game before, if you're playing it for the first time, it's not really going to bother you. It's not going to change the game in any way. It's only really going to affect it if you're like a hardcore veteran or whatever. But if you're someone like me who's never played it before, it doesn't really affect anything. The game's going to be fine. Sunshine's graphical look, it looks really impressive. I mean, they all look really impressive. The only one that doesn't look as impressive as the rest is Mario 64 because it's not widescreen. And obviously you can see the jagged edges a lot more than you can in... I don't have Sunshine here. Than you can in the other two games. But as for 64 itself, I've heard that runs just as well as the other two games. I haven't heard any issues other than maybe the camera and stuff, which hasn't been changed at all apparently. You'd think they would have changed that, but apparently they didn't. I guess they want people to have the authentic feel of the game maybe. I don't know, but yeah, that is all so far I have to say on 3D All-Stars. I'm going to be playing a lot of this game over the next few weeks, so I will do another follow-up video after I've played Sunshine and 64 to give you guys a better understanding of what these games are like and how I feel about them. But just as my initial thoughts and stuff from just playing Galaxy so far, really faithful, it feels like the same game, and there's not really that many issues, if any. So, all in all, despite all the controversies that were going around, I'm really happy with how this has turned out so far. Stay tuned, I will be doing a follow-up of this, as I said, probably sometime in the next few weeks. Might not be for a while. Depends how quickly I get through these games. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there for anyone who might have had some doubts about this game. Get it if you were doubtful but you wanted this game. By all means, I heavily recommend you get this game because it is worth it. And it is a really, really fun trip down memory lane. And yeah, with that all said, let me know your comments down in the comment section below. Did you pick up the game today? What do you think of it? Have you played all 3 games yet? Have you played none of them? I want to hear everything you have to say down in the comment section below. And with that all said, thank you all for watching and please subscribe. Novus Corvus out.